Welcome back, folks, to the Ridgeview Pod. My name is Michael Yates. We are always excited to have an opportunity to promote hope, healing, and recovery on the podcast. And today, as promised, we thought following Barry's experience with his big event on October 2nd, we would loop back around and learn a little bit about how it went. So welcome.
Thank you.
I see we're both sporting something here. So are you two doing No Shave November?
Well, since I retired, I really haven't been unshaven that often. I've either had a goatee or a full beard. And I was going to shave for the month of November. And then I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah. I wake up every night, wee hours of the morning, to the sound of clippers, and I am alerted that my wife is standing precariously close.
Yeah.
She's not a big fan of this.
Yeah.
So she's marking the calendar, like how many more days in November before that thing is gone?
Yeah, my late wife would do that when I was growing it. She'd be like, okay, come on, hurry up and grow some more.
Right. Well, we'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah.
But yours is looking good.
Thank you.
All right. So, Barry, tell me, so it was October 2nd, and it was in Nashville.
Correct.
And you were doing the Wounded Warrior 5K, right?
Correct. The Carry Forward 5K.
So tell me about how the day went.
The day was absolutely phenomenal. I recently, right before that, I recently got a new tattoo. And I was walking around and I saw this gentleman with my tattoo on a shirt. It's called, if I may.
Yes, please.
It's called IGY6.
Okay.
That means I got your six.
Oh.
And in other words, I got your back.
Right.
And I saw him. I'm like, where'd you get your shirt? And we got to talking. And then he looked down and saw my tattoo.
So he had that tattoo on his shirt.
Yeah. On his shirt.
Uh-huh.
And his family was like, oh my gosh, come here. We got to get a picture. So,
of course, perfect.
And also, I actually ran into the public affairs person for Wounded Warriors that I linked up with a few years ago on a media for here in town with WBIR.
Okay.
And that was the first time we ever met. But we did Zoom, emails, and stuff like that. So it was just like seeing a brother.
Yeah. And had you met each other beforehand? This is the first time you guys were meeting each other?
First time, face to face, but we had, like I said, we had done Zoom, emails, and stuff like that. So it was like I said, seeing a brother that I hadn't met before.
And you're there outside Nissan Stadium, right? I mean, that big NFL stadium?
Yep. Yeah. We were right there by Titan Stadium, and the mascot actually came out and was walking around. And then when we took off, he was standing there holding up banners and giving high fives and stuff like that.
So as I recall, you said when you did your event, you were going to be carrying this massive
3x5 flag. Yes.
So we've got some pictures that we're going to include in this. So you carried it.
Yes.
All right. Nice.
Yes. And this makes my third year doing the Carry Forward. And since that first time, every 5K I've done, I've carried that flag.
Yeah. That's great.
And I don't do it for the attention. I do it to start conversations.
Mm-hmm. Well, you started one here, so that's good.
Yes.
So tell me about, I see you brought your bib number. Right. And this says, I carry for Mike, Alan, and Danny. So tell me about these guys.
Mike, Michael Johnson, he was stationed with me in 29 Palms. For the initial invasion into Iraq, he was killed. and we lost him pretty quick. Alan Espiritu, he was actually one of mine for the invasion into Iraq, and then he went back at a later time with a different unit after I had transferred, and he was as well killed by a roadside bomb. Then my buddy, good old Danny, Daniel Buck, he committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out, I was devastated because he was one of mine, and I helped him through a lot of issues because he came from a hospital to a Marine unit, which is totally opposite. And he came to me asking me a lot of questions. Hey, how do I go about this? How do I go about that? And he committed suicide about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why his name is on there. And that's when I started really thinking about what is being done about veteran suicides.
Yeah.
And started writing letters and such like that to say, hey, what are we doing?
Yeah. I think still today, statistically, it's the largest population
Correct.
Subgroup, accounting for close to a fifth of all suicides in the U.S. are veterans or active military personnel. So, well, it's interesting the poignancy with which Danny's story has on you. I just read an article, I think it was in yesterday's paper, and we're recording this on the, the 19th?
Correct.
I need my reading glasses. So I think it was yesterday's paper, and it was on the impact of suicide survivor people who have lost loved ones, friends, family to suicide, and the impact it has on our own mental health, our own grief. And I think the American Psychiatric Association categorized that level of grief as catastrophic.
Correct.
And there's a lot of us, having lost 3 people close to me over my life to suicide. It's real and it's hard, and it never ever quite goes away. You're always wondering and thinking, what did we miss? What could we have done differently? Where was the missed opportunity?
Right. So. And that's the biggest part with Danny is I missed a major opportunity to reach out to him. And it was because I was in my own mental health issues with PTSD and depression. I missed it completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully, with as much training as going on out there around suicide prevention opportunities, like QPR, question, persuade, refer, the more people that understand the importance of knowing how to ask the question, the more people that know the importance of doing that, then there are more people willing to kind of keep an eye out for one another, look for the warning signs, listen for clues, verbal cues that people give, so that we can ask one another when we need to, are you feeling suicidal? And get people to the help that they need. So let me, because I got a little athletic bone in my body as well. So I'm curious about your day. So tell me about the 5K itself. Like at any point of that 5K were you like, whoo, this is, I'm not feeling as good as I thought I would, or this.
Actually, there was one instance when we went up over the pedestrian bridge and going up hills, I'm okay with. Going down the hill, I'm okay with. But coming back across, I'm like, I did this to myself again. I went too fast. And I just slowed my pace down a little bit. Plus, the wind had picked up. So the flag was being moved around, and I'm used to it sort of being sort of up and down.
Yeah.
And the flag was actually,
Like a sail.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, come on, stay. So then after that is, since I have arthritis in both of my knees and such like that, it was about a tenth of a mile from the finish line. And that's when I usually do my little jog.
Uh-huh.
When I got done, it's like, why did I do that?
Right. Well, you true to form, you want to finish strong, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they handed out the medal as you crossed.
Yes.
Very cool. So do you know about how many people attended this?
From my knowledge, it was around 5,000 to 6,000.
Wow, that's great.
Right.
That's great.
And we had a bunch of volunteers out there from local ROTC units. I think I saw some Boy Scout, Girl Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
They were there to volunteer to make sure we got water, juice, and stuff like that before and afterwards.
Wonderful, wonderful. So have you had a chance to tell the good news and the story to the folks at the PSR program?
This story?
Uh-huh.
No, I have not.
All right.
So
this may be the first time they hear about it.
Yep.
All right, good. Yeah, I was talking to Sherry Hicks and Susie up in Oneida yesterday at a chamber event, and Susie said, our folks watch at Quest. We watch the podcast. So shout out to those folks. Thanks for tuning in. You two are hearing about this as well. So I know part of the purpose of this is to fundraise.
correct.
So how successful were you?
$3,335, I do believe.
Wow.
I was in second overall.
Barry, that's
individuals.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're quite an inspiration. Well, it's a great story. I'm so glad you shared some pictures that we're going to put up in the podcast so folks can kind of see what the day was like for you. And coming back and telling not only why you carry it forward and who you carry it for, but why it's important to you.
Right.
Is there anything else that you want to make sure folks know? What's next? What's for 22? Do you have goals out there that you're shooting for?
Actually, I do. I'm going to, just this past weekend, I had a 5K, salute to veterans with Fleet Feet.
Oh, great.
And I actually finished second in my age group.
All right.
That was the first time ever.
Great.
So, and I'm probably going to try to do a 5K a month.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I'm going to try to do a 5K a month because I've already got my eyes on one in December.
Good.
So in Knoxville. And I'm going to try to, like I said, find a 5K each month to do.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have to, on your calendar for 22, you'll have to make sure that the Oak Ridge Fall Classic is one of those.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah, I know we were so disappointed in having to cancel that at the last minute due to an injury to a volunteer.
Right.
Pretty scary. So, but we'll be back. We'll carry it forward.
Oh yeah.
So, well, Barry, thanks again. It's always great to see you. You've got a great story. I feel like you're a bearded brother, so
right.
keep it up and come back.
Hey, anytime.
All right. Well, thank you. And thank you for tuning in again, folks. We always appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell so that you get notification of our latest episode, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.